This video is part 3 of getting a 125-year-old Victorian home ready for my family to move into in just over a month. Welcome to Polar. I'm Matt, an avid fisherman, outdoorsman, jiu-jitsu black belt, lover of old Toyotas, a maker and builder. Join me on my journey to stop chasing after success and to start following where my passions take me, what I'm calling the path of least resistance. If you haven't watched part 1, the before, be sure to start there and then check out my second video, which was getting the 3rd floor ready for paint. That was an adventure. In this video though, we are tackling the 2nd floor. People lived on this floor, so it's nothing too wild and crazy compared to the 3rd floor, but it's a whole bunch of work. So I'm in the master bedroom, pulling all the stuff off the wall, the weird stuff that's in here, and was pulling out this bell that I think was like a servant's bell. I don't know, I felt a little weird about it, so I wanted to get out of there and found this, which I think is pretty cool. You can see the old wallpaper there. Not what I would have picked, but still pretty cool and probably very period at some period in time. I don't know when. And we pulled out this bad boy out of the ceiling. What it does, I don't know. Why it ran halfway down that pillar, I don't know. Future Matt here. I got a wireless mic, you can see it on my hat, which is awesome, but I was learning this video and so I had some audio technical difficulties. Essentially what I'm saying here though is that there are a whole bunch of gaps and cracks that we have to fill on this floor. Either they were from old age or bad work. Here you're going to see an example that just is bad work. Somebody built this column to cover up the stack and left a whole bunch of gaps we need to fill in. We have a hole here, and then where that beautiful blue drainage pipe, or whatever the hell it was running down, we gotta seal all that up. What I've done is where I can, I've run paintable caulk down these gaps. Now you can see at the top there, I filled that in with foam, and I'll come back in later and patch over that with a compound. On this side, I filled that big crack in along the top, also with foam. I'll run a layer of that paintable caulk over top of it. I put the foam behind it so that the caulk had something to grab onto, so I'm not just filling that with caulk. Filled that with foam so that we have the wood putty has something to grab onto in the back. Filled that with foam, same thing. And then here, this crack wasn't as bad, but you can see that I filled that coming all the way down here so that it matches up nicely with the plaster. The baluster is in. And something that I was thinking about as I put that baluster in was that this is not a how-to channel. I'm certainly not an expert in putting balusters in or fixing old houses. That's like the 3rd baluster I've put in, literally, and they've all been in this house. It's my 5th time using a nail gun. All of it, that has been in this house. What this channel is about though, is going to do stuff that you love. Go buy an old house, fix it up, if that's what you're into. Go collect coins, go camping, go for an adventure. Life's too short. So hopefully this channel can provide you some inspiration. And if it does, like, subscribe, follow along. I'm back in the house. That's where I'm spending every waking moment. If I'm not at work, if I'm not with my kids, I'm here. And what I'm working on is fixing all this trim. I've put some foam backer in there. We're gonna fill that in tomorrow with a caulk and then fixing all this trim and fixing those gaps. That will look a lot better. This wall here that's got some funky stuff going on, you can see somebody added like plywood and then drywalled over it or something. Professionals don't do that because I realize when I'm out of my depth. So I was trying to figure out how to take this lock off right here, and you actually have to unlock the lock to get into the screws, which led me on a search for the key, which then led me to realize how many locks are in this house. Wait for it. So, keys to the outside. Other keys, skeleton keys. I don't know what these all are. I don't even know. They're labeled, in fairness, but then you're trying to figure out what somebody labeled something, like the upstairs projection room, because the guy made movies. And then this is just window keys. You can believe that. So I had to go try literally 15 keys inside of this bag. Wild stuff, man. So I'm taking all the locks off. if somebody wanted to break in the house, the reality is they didn't need that window lock on there. Let's be real. It is Friday night after New Year's. I'm at the house, of course, doing some work, filling endless amounts of cracks and gaps, and was working on this beautiful bench seat, which is in the master bedroom, filling in this crack in the back. And I opened up one of the bench seats to see what would happen if some of that foam dripped down, the caulk dripped down the back. You can't see it from there, but if you look inside of here, you can see this beautiful flower. I'm assuming it's wallpaper. It almost seems like it's like painted on wood, and it wraps all the way around the bench seat. And this is in the master, which is the same room that I found this flower wallpaper. So I'm gonna dub this the flower room. Excuse my hair, it's Friday night, I don't have anything better to do. And that's the cool thing about working on these old houses. It's always an adventure. It's always finding something new. It's like a treasure hunt. It is Saturday night, back at the house. Feel like I'm living here, but I'm not living here. I'm just fixing stuff. And we're pulling out this vanity. Nothing wrong with it. It just does not really match the decor of this bathroom. So we're pulling this out. We're gonna replace it. We've got one ordered, but while I got time, I'm gonna pull it out. Hopefully it's an easy, straightforward job. The vanity is out. Now I'm gonna fix, this piece of wood came up. The other thing I was thinking about was I should always bring a towel when you're doing plumbing. I don't even think I have a towel here. I have to grab one from the house, clean up a little bit of water, carry that bad boy down the steps. One vanity out. Gotta install it later. Can't wait to hear all the heavy breathing I'm gonna do with this great new audio. It is the Sunday before the end of winter break. I go back to school tomorrow. I work in a school, not in school. And the second floor is done and ready to be painted. The transformation has not been huge up here, but the transformation is gonna come when the paint comes. You can see this column ready for paint. This area here really looks pretty transformed. Got all these gaps filled. This column that had that weird blue thing hanging down is ready. Throw in that bathroom vanity, that will be ready. The second floor is ready for paint. We're on to the first one. We have just a few weeks left and a whole lot to get done. It's gonna be close. Keep chasing after your passions. Follow along as I chase after mine.